Okay, this is the FiiO A5 portable amplifier. Let me say right out front that FiiO provides information on their website and graphs and comparisons to other devices that they sell that are far superior to anything I could tell you in 5 or 30 minutes. So I'll just skip all of that. It's got Muse. It's got the, the spec stuff on the back. It's a very, very, very... Its claim to fame as an amplifier is its black background, and if you're amplifying a signal and you have moments, if your amp is making hissing while you're listening to music, you've got a bad amp. If between songs you've got kind of a small hissing, that's not ideal. They call it a black background. The idea is to have nothing going on outside of the music itself, no kind of interference or nothing. Do I care? Honestly, I guess if I was going to have it or not have it, I prefer not to have it, but it's not been an issue with me. But since what I'm going to do is put this with a device that sound is really spectacular, which is the X5iii, I prefer this device, whatever it were, to do absolutely nothing except amplify this signal. And I've already tested and done the whole thing. That's why I'm not going to do an unboxing. I did an unboxing video, but I'm going to spare you and not waste 10 minutes of your life. I waste way too much of your life with my videos and my rambling anyway, so let's not do that one. Trust me, it's a box. This was in it, and then there were things that were with it at the same time. Okay? All right. Let's get past that. So I've got the X5, and I've been using the rubber cover on it, and I kind of like it, to be honest with you. I didn't use the other cover that comes with it, but I want to go ahead and take this off because we're getting ready to put this with. This is cool, yo. When I looked at this first, I thought, well, what? But I use it, so I like it. However, because of this change in usage, I'm going to do a different thing. This is the cover that comes with the X5, and I believe it's made of leather or fake leather. I don't know. Smells like leather. Put the device in. You notice that you've got one little blue indicator right there. Slide it in. Now, when I use the Opus, the case is so damn tight that getting it out is a massive task. Let me close that. If you turn this over, there's your blue light. So they got a little hole right there where the button is, and also on this side your rockers are here, and everything's okay. Most important is this isn't going anywhere. However, if I want it to go somewhere because I want it out, this little lip right here is perfect, because I had to do this because I'd done this video twice already. Kicks it right out. It's not going to go anywhere. It's perfect. So it holds it nicely. However, if I want to get it out, it's not a nightmare like I gotta squeeze and do stuff to the cover. I just kick it out right here, which is really, really cool. Before we continue, let me see if I can do this from where I'm at right now. Here's the rocker switch, and if I push this down and I hold this down at the same time, I just took a screenshot. Now, why am I doing that in this video? Because like 3 people sent me private messages and says I can't do that. So just rewind what I just did. I'm holding up the upper part of the rocker switch. Imagine the cover's not on it, and holding down this button at the same time. To hell with it. Whatever. Take it out. Okay, you got your rocker switch right here. You'll push this one down. You hold this one down. Bing. Screenshot. Now it's going to be in a folder called screenshot when you hook it up to your computer, and you got a screenshot of whatever you took a screenshot of. So I had to do that and I told somebody I would do it in the video, so there you go, bro. 3 of you. So now it's in the case. The case is very good. It's not too difficult to get it out. It holds it very nicely. Now the design of this is clever now that I'm going to be using it, because it's got these 2 top edges right here, and they're actually functional when it comes to using it as a stack, because this is the band area that you're going to use. So this is an A5 video, and I'm hardly talking about it. You turn it on, hear that little click. this is the it's on an indicator. If you're charging it, there's a light right here. On this side there's nothing. On this side there's nothing. It's pretty cool. On this side it's got the USB for charging, and then you've got your bass switch on and off. Over here you've got your line in, you've got your headphone out, and then you've got your high and low gain, and then you've got your for turning it on. Now, one thing I'm going to point out, no, I'm not going to point it out, frick it, whatever. So lay the device down like this because I want the logo facing out. Why? Because I don't want this facing out. Why? Because it looks like the back, like in your shirt, where it talks about the size and don't, you know, bleach this or whatever. It's what this thing reminds me of, and I don't want that facing out. I'd like this facing out. So I'm going to lay it down this way. Controls are on this side. Controls of this device are on this side, so it's going to have to be like this. Now they give you two of these things. I need one, and you lay it down like this. They are virtually identical in size. Now these bands say FiiO, www dot, then FiiO, and then mini amp. So because I have OCD, I think I'd like to put FiiO here and then mini amp on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on and then turn it enough that mini amp is centered. Who cares? I do, man. I don't want a www dot on my device, not on the front of it. I don't need to look at that every time. I'll rotate it. And now I want to put FiiO on the top because they made the thing, and I'm okay with advertising with them. This would be the one that would be probably better. So center that puppy right there. Now you notice when you're looking at this, that black bar at the top of the screen, that is the usable area border of the screen. Nothing effective happens beyond that. It's not even, it can't be used. So I can push this rubber band down to the border of that, which will still let me see everything that's in the top bar of the device. And now I've got some room here, so I see that I'm clearly gripping it. And I can look at the bottom, push it down just a little bit more. I'm totally able to see my, make that even. I can see my and use my button right here, and on the bottom same thing. So I am now stacked. Let me go in, because you might be tired of looking at her. That's a joke, man. So I can do my top bar. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I do my top bar? Okay, there we go. Holy crap, I just did the whole video. Imagine if I did that and I couldn't use the top bar. Here we go. I'm sorry, I don't actually need to use the top bar, so let me get out of there. I want to go into File Music. Oh, we got cool. I don't like that. Push this button because I'm out of there. And then maybe when I come back up, I push it again. No, it's not doing it. There we go. Now we're into the lock screen. This is firmware 1.1.1, and your lock screen is basically the album art expanded and stretched, kind of a la Hibby, which is cool. It's actually super cool. So now you take that awesome device. I could do this, which would be this one to this one, and I look at myself like 2 years ago as an audio person, think I've come a long way, because that looks stupid. So get that out, use the one that they supplied, bend it inwards so that the outside profile is. So now you've got and then I would put it in there, turn it on, and there I've got the A5. It is size-wise perfect. It's not that bad. I am now equipped to power pretty much anything. You want to get into the amp? Okay. It doesn't sound like anything. Yay. I want the sound of the X5iii, and I don't want anything else. And if I want something else, it's because I decided to adjust the EQ, or I decided to do something. But I don't want the amp itself to alter the sound, because I didn't buy the amp to do that. I bought the amp to amp. That's it. So I don't want anything. I don't want to know it exists, to be honest with you. I have to deal with it in the physical sense, which is not bad because the way it's designed. The same company designed both items, and they fit perfectly together. The band is a problem with the screen. It's not going to be a problem because it doesn't touch the screen. So it's not big. It's not. There's nothing jumping out at you, something sticking out, something not matching, anything like that. I don't use my computer for music. I use this for music all the time. That's personal listening style. I just don't listen to PC source music. I listen to my FLAC collection through this device, and now whatever gear I use, power is not going to be something that I need to think about. I didn't think about it before, but again, like money, I'd rather have more and not have to think about it. So power and money, pretty much the same thing in many ways. But when it comes to audio, having too much power, not really a problem. Brooko mentioned that he thought the high gain, low gain was a little too much of a jump. Basically every amp that I've run into has that. The FiiO E12s had that. The KNC5, you switch from, hey, that's loud, to holy shit, with one switch. So I'm okay because I can turn it down. So I want a device that is there visually, and I know it's there because I can touch it, but I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear remnants or anything related to it. So, this one's job is to be stealth, and because it's black, it matches perfectly, and to do nothing except make the device it's connected to have. People talk about better dynamics because of amplification, and I parrot that stuff too sometimes, but I really just want what I've got to be able to be played through something that requires more energy because it's got a higher impedance, and not lose some of the dynamic properties of the device that I'm listening to because of math, because of the power that is required to go through and push the drivers of something, and my device, because of math, doesn't quite have enough to do that. I haven't run into that issue, but because I have this device, I'm probably not going to run into that issue. So this really isn't a A5 video. I'm going to put that in the title, but this is really put the A5 with the X3, and it sounds fantastic. That goes without saying. An amp that sounds bad is in 2017 is a problem, and it shouldn't even get a video unless you're warning the public of it. This is advertised as being powerful. It is. It's advertised as having a very black background. It does, and that's it. The bass boost, it's 4 dBs. It's very subtle. It seems to be sub-bass focused. It's not going to interfere with your mids or give you any kind of bloat. It's very subtle. The high-low gain it's a big jump. This will power most of the gear that you own, and it will not interfere or adjust or put a tint on the sound that is coming from your X5 3rd edition or whatever you use it with, but I'm using with the X5, and it's very, very nice. I was listening to this last night. Why do you guys always see Pink Floyd on here? I say that I have OCD a lot because I do. Look at that screen. Bam! Where are the fingerprints? It's like, where's Waldo? You ain't gonna find them. I hate fingerprints, man. I hate them. They freak me out. When I see you guys do pictures and you got finger smudges on them, I kind of freak. And I lose interest in following a person. Is it that big a deal? When I walk into a restaurant and I see, people who've watched my channel know because I've said this story before, if I walk into a restaurant and I see a giant, photo because they got pictures that are hanging on the wall, paintings or whatever, expensive places, and one of the art, this pictures is, a little bit off. And in my brain, I'm thinking, hey, I went to university and I did a part-time job at a pizza shop, and we had a restaurant side, and I had to, do stuff, and one of the things was looking at the pictures, or maybe that's because I had OCD, and adjust it. I had a little ball thing, that you do for balancing when you do construction, and I would walk up and check and make a little pencil line, just so small you couldn't see it, but I could, instead of doing the bubble, I could just come up and look at it and adjust the right side to that pencil line, and it was balanced. And anybody that came into that restaurant would not ever look and think, hey, that thing's off balance. You think that's nothing because it's nothing because I paid attention to it. I don't like, if I go into a restaurant and the sign is something is off balance, then I walk out. I'm not going to deal with it, because while I'm eating my food, I'm going to keep looking at that and saying, why can't somebody that works in this place look over there and think that is not balanced? You vacuum the floor, you wipe the tables, you clean up the place. You can't look at the shit that's hanging on the wall that is there to be looked at. What the fuck, man? So fingerprints, if you're gonna do a video, if you're gonna do take a picture, wipe the goddamn prints off the device, man. Are you kidding me? FiiO itself just did pictures of the red device stacked like this, and the first thing I'm thinking of is, man, could you wipe the prints off the device? You're advertising the device. Just get the damn prints off of there. And if you think I'm slightly off, you're correct. However, there's a lot of people like me, and we like our stuff exactly in a certain way. Now let me go and, okay, just to show you that I don't give a crap if FiiO's happy or not. Look at that. That is not even. Okay? The first thing I thought when I took this out of the box and looked at that was, that is slightly kicked this way. Now, are they putting these on by, if they did this by hand, I guess that's probably better than I could do by my eye. But if they have this being labeled on by printers, then everybody's got this. So that's the kind of stuff that gets on my nerves a little bit. That's not the same. That can't be helped. This could have been a machine that puts labels on, so whatever. But if you're doing reviews, wipe the damn equipment, man. The Russian dude that does reviews, he sometimes got fingerprints all over his gear, and man, clean your gear. So if you're thinking, well, you can talk about the A5, what do you want me to say, man? It's an amp, and it does its job, and it doesn't add anything to the device sonic wise. So I'm happy. I'm not bitching about the device, which is yay. I had enough time to share with you deep personal concerns and stresses related to things hanging on walls that are slightly off. So now you can think, that guy's a little bit off. No, I'm not. I'm totally balanced, to be honest with you. And when I see stuff that's not balanced, I freak out. So the way that this thing sits, and the way that it looks, and the way that it's presented itself is very nice. It's appealing. There's nothing sticking out in the wrong way. There's no odd things. The rubber bands are not blocking the device. Is that a fingerprint? No, that's not a fingerprint. Okay. So that's the A5. It's got plenty of power, and it doesn't interfere with the sonics of the device it's connected to. And that's it. This will be the last review I ever do of an amp. Amp DAC's coming, but amp I'll never do again, because what are we going to talk about? I'm going to do a bass demo of this with paper, and that's about it. This thing does its job. So, I wreck it.